Hi guys, we're gonna do another update video because I didn't talk to you for the whole month of February. In the last video, I lied to you. So I told you that I only read one book in January, and I lied. I read Sharp Objects and I read Down the Drain by Julia Fox. But I stopped doing my book reports, and so I completely forgot that I read a whole book. But other than that, in January, all I did was rest, like I said. I did do my 2 books. In February, I didn't talk to you guys because I was just doing a lot of planning, which I constantly say is bad, but it was necessary. The 2 books that I read in February were Viola Davis's memoir and The Game of Life, which I'm going to talk to you about because I really like that book. It's right here and I have my notes in it and everything. I'm going to make another video talking to you guys about it because I think it was a really helpful book. I scheduled my EMT test and I also bookmarked some places that are hiring. So hopefully when I pass the test, because it's in a week, those jobs that I bookmarked will still be there. And then I'm going to insert, I redid my phone and my tablet just to eliminate distractions because I told you guys that I re-downloaded everything and I was being lazy on my phone again. I didn't delete those things. I just made what is necessary a lot more accessible. So like my to-do list and whatnot, those are right there in my face, whereas like Instagram is like in a folder where you have to like go look for it. And then the last thing that I do need to do, reorganize my calendar, because in March I started going to the gym. I, for a long time, was just working out at home because I didn't want to pay for a gym, but it's not working out, which I'll talk about later. That's all I did for February. It was just like covering bases so that way I could do the rest of the year without any stressors. For March, I'm also going to talk to you guys a lot more in this month. March is my birthday month and I would like it to go smoothly. Today's the 4th. So March goals, to take that EMT test, and I would like to have a new job by my birthday, which is March 21st. My EMT test is the 11th. I know I'm gonna pass, and then I want a new job at my birthday. For my birthday, I plan on doing a trip to San Francisco. When I was like a teenager, I used to really love going to San Francisco. I didn't go very often because I was like poor. I think I've been to San Francisco 3 times. Oh no, I've been to San Francisco 4 times. Last year, I went to 420 with my friends, and we were just at the park in San Francisco. I used to really like it, and then I got really bad anxiety, and I stopped having that idea that I would like to move to like San Francisco or LA. I really like beaches and parks, and that's why I like those 2 cities. And I like surfing, so I want to live like close to beaches. But yeah, I'm going to San Francisco just to see if that's still like a thing that I enjoy as far as like wanting to move somewhere. And I also plan to see a psychic for my birthday. I think that would be really cool just to see what they got going on. I'm turning 26 and maybe she will give me some advice because I'm a little bit stressed about being 26. I feel like that's a very big age. I feel like 25 and under I was pretty young, and 26 and older I should start having some things figured out, you know. For March, I'm going to join the gym. As I said, growing up I was an overweight child. Like, I was like 115 pounds, which is crazy because when I was 18, I was 115 pounds. And right now, in the moment, I think I'm like between 125 and 130 is where my weight fluctuates. I feel the best when I'm 120 to 115. 115 being really like thin for me, that's on the thinner side. Just like a heads up, I'm 5'3". When I got to high school, I started playing a lot of sports and I got really into health and fitness. And then I went to college and I studied kinesiology with a concentration in athletic care. That is what I graduated with. I don't know if I ever told you guys this. I used to have another YouTube channel where I literally like spoke about how to pass the personal trainer certification test, but then I lost that channel. Anyways, I worked as a personal trainer from 2020 to 2022. I had my NASM personal trainer certification. I had a fitness nutrition specialist certification. I had a boxing and barbells level 1 trainer certification, and then I went to school for kinesiology. So I worked as a trainer during the height of COVID. I worked in a private gym, which didn't really work out because I didn't like the owner. She wasn't using me as a trainer, she was using me as a bookkeeper, and I was like, this is not what I wanted. I wanted to learn to train people. And then I worked as an in-home trainer, which was really cool. I would like drive to people's houses and I would train them for like an hour. I really liked it. My demographic was majority older people who like had injuries and wanted help. And then I had a young girl who was overweight. And then I had a middle-aged woman who she was like a very busy person, and so it seemed like she was just trying to get her workouts in for the week. That job was very cool and I learned a lot from it, especially about programming for like different peoples and different demographics. It was just they were not paying me enough for the toll it was taking on my car. I live on like this side of the city and they were having me drive to this side of the city at like different hours of the day, and I was like, like I need gas money, dude. My paycheck was not enough. My own car, my own gas, my own equipment. Like they were just paying me for my time. They weren't paying for everything else, and I was like, this is not sustainable. I really loved the job, but I just couldn't do it. But anyway, so I have a background in health and fitness, and somewhere in there I like kind of gave up and I stopped working out. In college, community college, I played tennis, and then when I transferred to university, it was the height of COVID, and so I wasn't playing any sports, and I stopped working out, and I got really bad anxiety, and so I wasn't going to the gym either. And I used to be a really big runner. In high school, I played soccer, I ran cross country, and I ran track. And then I did tennis in community college, and I did it my freshman year of high school. That was the first sport I ever tried, was tennis. But yeah, I was really big in sports, and then I worked in a gym, and so I had a free gym membership, so I would gym because I didn't have sports to play anymore. And then my last semester of college, I told you guys I ran 2 5Ks. I tried bouldering for the first time, indoor bouldering, because the school's gym had that, and I was like, this is really cool. I have no upper body strength at all. My thing was always my legs and running. I did soccer and I did cross country. Those were like my 2 big sports when I was younger. Anyways, the point is that I'm going to join a gym this month. My college, Sac State, they allow alumni to still use the gym, and I want to use that gym specifically. There's a Planet Fitness like literally walking distance from my house, but the reason that I want to go to the college's gym is because I want to continue bouldering. I really enjoyed it. And they also offer a lot of things. You get 1 free session with a personal trainer, which I'm going to take advantage of. And then they have a body composition assessment that you can do that's only like $10, I think. Like, I haven't had my heart in health and fitness in a long time, and I want to get back into it. And I'm realizing that it was the reason that I loved it so much was because I always had coaches pushing me to go harder. And I don't have that in my bedroom. I need to be in a gym where I'm gonna be embarrassed if I'm not trying hard. Oh, I wanted to go back about talking about the job. So I have my EMT test scheduled for the 11th. I have 7 days, and then I want to get a job as an EMT. I currently work at Amazon, and I'm in a van all day. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to be an EMT on an ambulance. I mean, if I have to, I will. Like if these other jobs that I have bookmarked don't work out. But this isn't the main goal. My whole thing with what I wanted to do when I grew up, I never really had that. I just wanted to be helpful. I wanted to help people. That's always what I wanted my career to be around, was helping others. And then I got into high school and I really got into health and fitness. And so I studied kinesiology and I got my personal training certifications. I realized that the industry, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's with every industry, it doesn't really care about the people, or at least I feel like it doesn't. It just cares about making money. I worked as a personal trainer. I did not like it. I felt like nobody actually cared about my clients. It was just the first thing I did when I got my personal trainer cert was try to work in a commercial gym. I tried to work at Family Fitness, and my interview was walk around the gym and get people to sign up. I didn't get anybody to sign up because I'm not a salesman and I didn't get hired. But that was my interview. It was walk around the gym and try to get people to sign up for personal training. I didn't think that that's what it was going to be. I thought there was people who knew that they wanted it, and I was going to be assigned to help them. And then the same thing with the private gym. She just had me constantly sending out emails and flyers. When I did in-home training, I had a client who was disabled. He had an injury to his body, and he hired me to help him. And I was like, I'm not a doctor. This is not what I'm here for. But he had a physical injury to his legs. His legs were curled, and he couldn't walk. And I think he had broken them, and he never went to the doctors, and so it just, the muscle atrophied, and his legs were just curled. And he was like, I need you to fix this. And I was like, I'm not a fucking physical therapist or a surgeon. I can't do this. We can add to this. In my EMT class, I really loved it, and I learned a lot. There was not a big focus on helping people. It was more this is your scope, this is what you are paid for to do. Sorry that this job doesn't make a lot of money. If you do this, you'll make more money. And how ambulances are very expensive was brought up a lot. My point is that jobs in health seem like they don't care about people, and that's always pissed me off. That's why I didn't like being a personal trainer. Being an EMT, I picked to do this because I don't want to be in school anymore, and it was a quick way to get into the health industry. You can work in an ambulance, which is pre-hospital. You can work in an hospital, and it's helping people, if you're a little bit sick, you got a little bit hurt, I can help you, and then you go get actual help. I'm just there to make sure it doesn't get worse, basically. That's not what I wanted to do. When I was 18 in college, I picked physical therapy as my like career path because everybody was asking me what I wanted to do and I didn't know. And I was into sports and I was like, well, physical therapy is related to that. You know, when you're injured, you go to your physical therapist. And so I picked that, but that isn't where my heart was. And so I actually didn't get good enough grades to get into a doctorate program. And I've been beating myself up about it for a really long time. But the thing is that I didn't try hard enough because that's not what I wanted to do. But I was telling everybody else that is because they were like forcing me to pick something. And I like was saying it so often that I guess convinced myself that that's what I wanted. And it wasn't. What I want is to teach others, specifically like lower income people, how to care for your body. We all have one. We should all know what the fuck's going on with it. And which is why I studied all of these things. And when I was 18, I realized that that's what I wanted to do. And so even though I was still telling everybody, oh, I want to be a physical therapist, I was doing all this other shit like personal training and like learning about nutrition, taking like exercise classes and stuff like that. It was me teaching myself more because physical therapy isn't what I want. I want you to know how your body works so that you won't need to go to the physical therapist. I want you to know how food works so that way you don't need to hire a dietitian. Unless like, you know, you have like severe illness or what. I'm not a specialist. General knowledge to give out to people that's easy to understand so that way people can take better care of yourselves, especially low income, because like I said at the beginning, I was a very overweight child and I didn't get into sports until high school, and that's because it was free. My whole life all I wanted was to play soccer, but I was so fucking poor and I couldn't afford it. If you have ever taken a nutrition class ever, you learn about low income people and how they usually survive off of fast food, and they're usually overweight. And you would think, how the fuck are they overweight? They're poor, but they don't have access to healthier food options, and so they eat garbage and then they're fat. And that's basically how I grew up. And then I got to high school, sports were free, and for the most part I only ate school lunch. I had breakfast, lunch, and like a little snack all at my high school, and then I would go home and I would basically only eat dinner. My whole life was at school, and that's why I got healthy, was because I had PE. I played a million sports, and everything I ate was the government sanctioned school meals. The point is that I want to help people, and this EMT job is just for me to get started in helping people because, you know, it's still part of the medical profession. I want to help people, and I want to help people specifically with their health regarding physical activity and nutrition. And so when I was 18, I had gotten started in that, and then I got really sad and I kind of like gave up on that dream, and I just kind of focused on going to school. But I was in school with no plan, and so I graduated, but then I was kind of like, what the fuck do I do now as far as like jobs? I don't know. I got out of my depression recently, which is why I've been setting stuff up to get shit done now. EMT is just a job to make a little bit more money and be helpful, because I don't think that my job right now is benefiting anyone. I'm just benefiting consumerism. I want to help people, and I want to help people with their health. And to do that, I need a job that I'm able to support myself, so that way I can start building this thing. Because I know everybody says this, but I do not want to work for anyone else, but I want to work helping people. And I feel like the only way that you can genuinely help people is if you start something yourself, because I feel like hospitals, all they care about is money. Literally, like every job, I feel like it doesn't care about the people, it just cares about money. I minored in nonprofit management, and so I kind of know how like setting up businesses work, especially businesses built around helping other people. That is the goal, and I really hope that I get somewhere with that this year. As far as jobs for the rest of the year, hopefully I work as an EMT. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you sooner than last time. Literally last video I said I'll see you in a couple days, and then I didn't see you for a month. I will see you guys very soon. I have a lot of things that I want to talk to you about, and I feel like they'll be quick and easy. Bye.